Are you serious? We've got some more information to help you understand where the peace talks is going. John F. Kerry, the Secretary of State, is over in the Middle East for the 6th time since becoming the Secretary of State, and specifically he's working on what could be the Daniel 9:27 covenant with many people that would be confirmed for 1 week or 7 years. Now, we've already had some tremendous information and breakthroughs yesterday, to the point that even John F. Kerry said that he hoped that today, on this Friday morning, July 19th, 2013, he would be announcing the resumption of the peace talks, direct peace talks between Israel and Palestine, to try to put together a two-state solution. But and actually, as he talked about it yesterday, and as he had been in these meetings, we have information that there was tremendous breakthrough, because there was rumors that maybe Israel would be willing to go to the pre-1967 borders. But Benjamin Netanyahu let that out right away. No, I didn't agree to that. But he did agree to something, and we don't know what that was. Also, we know that the Palestinians agreed to acknowledge Israel as a nation in this, as a pure Jewish state. So they would be ethnic nations, okay? Now, having said that, the EU yesterday also announced that they were no longer going to recognize the current borders of Israel, but we're going to go back to the 1949 Armistice agreement, and which those borders were called the Green Zone. Now, they're different than the 1967 borders. They're kind of a compromise between where they are now and where they were in 67. The question is, would Israel go that far to go back to the 49 borders? We don't know, but apparently they must have agreed to something, because the EU said starting January the 1st, 2014 through the end of December 2020, the EU, the European Union, was going to recognize Israel only based on the 1949 borders. Oh, by the way, and they were going to do it for 7 years. Could it be that this peace agreement that's being discussed and hashed out, could it be that it will go along similar to what the EU has already mandated coming up in early January of 2014? We don't know, but here's some information. I want to thank Wayne of Canada for this. And of course, you guys know that the covenant to be confirmed by many people was prophesied by Daniel as he received a vision of the Lord of the end times in Daniel 9:27. Then we have what's called the temple, the Antichrist, who the wicked one shall be revealed. And the son of perdition, the Antichrist, will walk into the temple of God and declare before the worshipers of God that he is God. Now, this can't happen without a temple. Or maybe some questions are, could the temple be built without this peace agreement? Well, possibly. But more than likely, the peace agreement will be signed, which will include Israel being allowed to build the temple, the third temple, which they already have the blueprints of. Now, here's what the article says. Wayne of Canada sent this to me. John Kerry is flying this morning to the West Bank to pursue the peace talks. U.S. Secretary of State John F. Kerry was planning to fly to the West Bank today, this morning, to press the effort to get Israel and the Palestinians to back the negotiating table, to get back at this table. It's been almost 5 years. The United States official is reporting, despite deep differences between the two sides, the Palestinian reluctance to drop the demands in exchange for economic incentives. And what Kerry's dangling is $4 billion in financial aid if an agreement can be signed. Kerry was planning to meet Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, the official said, but his schedule remained unclear. On Friday morning, he met with chief Palestinian negotiators and then scheduled a short helicopter flight to Ramallah, shifting his peace renewal talks into diplomatic overdrive. A Palestinian official has confirmed that Kerry met with Abbas later this afternoon, Friday afternoon, July 19, 2013. Both officials spoke on condition of anonymity. Now, at a stormy late night meeting last night, after I'd already done my YouTube videos and after I'd already did a show special, which was powerful, had an unbelievable, and we're going to talk about the peace agreement again today, but we're going to focus a lot on King David's palace that was found and the olive seeds found in the storehouse with this in Judah and what the Bible prophesied about it in the book of Haggai. And I'm going to bring that all to you today. So don't miss our show from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a powerful broadcast. You don't want to miss it. There will also be some powerful prayer that goes on today. So you don't want to miss it. Palestinians balked at dropping the main condition for talks with Israel, demanding a guarantee that negotiations on the borders between Palestinian state and Israel would be based on a ceasefire line that was held from 1949 until 1967 war. So when Israel captured the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip and East Jerusalem. We know that all happened in the Six-Day War of 1967 and the Golan Heights, by the way. So what the Palestinians are saying is, look, we want to make sure that you're at least looking at this 1949 border, the green zone. We at least want to know you're going to look at that you're going to be willing to look at that as our property and as potentially our state. And we want to be sure that you're going to look at that before we come to the table. And the question is, will Israel agree to those preconditions before a discussion takes place? So John F. Kerry, who was supposed to have announced today that the talks are officially on, still may announce that before the day is over. But last-minute tweaking by the Palestinians may have delayed it a few days. We'll wait and see. Certainly, the 12 prophecies that the Lord gave me in our New Year's Eve broadcast live, the Spirit of the Lord came upon me, and I just prophesied 12 prophecies. You can read all 12 of those at my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. I haven't updated them, but I need to get that done, and we're going to work on that probably next week and get that to Tanya to update it on our website. But go there right now and look at them anyway. You'll see what the 12 prophecies are. And one of them is that this year they would work diligently to try to put together the 7-year peace agreement spoken of in the book of Daniel, and that it had a chance of being signed this year, that it was in the hands of man. God is not withholding the timing. The timing's just as good now as ever. In other words, that is where we're at in biblical prophecy. I'll be right back with more information. Don't go nowhere. In Jesus' name.